Hey everybody, this is Heather from Storing Up My Treasures at Blogspot, and I have had a chance to do a couple of layouts for our very first Stashbuster scrapbooking series. If you guys remember, my first challenge was for us to figure out how to use paint chips and mini wooden clothespins in our layouts. So I want to go ahead and show you guys what I came up with. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. This first layout right here, I used, as you can see, the little wooden clothespins. I got a great suggestion from one of my subscribers to do a clothesline and to hang clothes from a clothesline in a layout. And I thought that was an awesome idea. However, I didn't really have any clothes, either embellishments, paper, die cuts, whatever to use. And so I kind of tweaked it, and this is what I came up with. I decided to hang my embellishments from this, as you can see, this baker's twine clothesline. So this is a cardstock sticker that I cut out, and then this is a little tag that I made that I added some bling and sticker to. I did have one little embellishment that's a little outfit that I went ahead and hung, and then this last one right here is a bingo tag, and it's very hard to make out in the lighting, but what I did is I used a white rub-on letters. I entitled my layout Hangin' Out, and that's on this tag right here. And again, I'm sorry that the lighting is really bad and you're just not able to make it out. You can see it in person though. And then as you can see, just real simple one photo, and then I just a little bit of journaling down there, Mommy and Peyton, and then the year that the photo was taken. I really like how it turned out. It's kind of very basic and simple, but it has a fair amount of stuff going on at the same time. And none of this stuff is from the same collection. It's all kind of random odds and ends that I pulled together, but I think it looks pretty good together. And then the only other thing that I did that was kind of different for me is I've noticed a trend in a lot of layouts to kind of use your background papers and your layering papers and to like have them kind of come up off the page here, as you can see, like on these corners right here. And what I did is I just roughed up the edges really good. I have one of those Tim Holtz distressor tools, and I roughed up the edges pretty good, and then I just kind of I rounded the corners and I made them pop off on the page here, and I didn't tack them down. And then down here on my little journaling banner, I did the same thing as far as I didn't tack down the edges, and I kind of pulled them up, excuse me. And I really like the way that it looks. It's kind of a layered, dimensional look without really having to do anything extra to the layout itself. It's very simple to do, so I really like that. So that's my first layout. And the second layout is the one where I utilized paint chips. And so as you can see here, I've got lots of different stars on my layout, and the stars are the paint chips. And so what I did is I purposefully picked a very basic background cardstock, solid cardstock. I did different patterned paper that has a lot of color but all coordinated nicely. And I did that so that I wouldn't limit the amount of colors that I could work with as far as pulling paint chips. And so I used my star punch, and I just popped out. There's 9 different stars here, so I was able to use up 9 paint chips. I was excited about that. And I really like how it's all tied together. My theme of this particular layout was all star, and so I thought that this was a really kind of a fun and different, cute way of doing that. And so the other thing I really liked about this is I do like using my different punches to make embellishments, but I don't always having to like root around in my my leftover scraps and stash to try to find colors that match and to try to find things that coordinate. And I definitely wouldn't want to use like a like a fresh piece of 12 by 12 or 6 by 6 or whatever size paper to punch stuff out of it. I would much prefer to use scraps. And so the cool thing about using paint chips is they usually come bundled together. They're all color coordinated. You just simply flip through the book real quick, look for your blue, look for your red or whatever, and it's right there. And then you don't have a bunch of little random scraps to work with. You've got it all nice and together in one area. So that's a really nice thing too. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop the camera up here real quick so I can talk to you for a minute. And here, let me tweak this a little bit here. So anyway, so that's my first set of layouts that I did for this series. So I hope that you guys have gotten some ideas from all the awesome comments that have been left. Lori, her name is Lori and her YouTube name is LJ and Four Sons. She actually did a video response on how to use paint chips in a layout. She used them to map pictures. It looks really, really nice. So go ahead and head over to her channel, check out her video. That'll give you another idea. Thank you so much, you guys, for your suggestions and your comments. They were truly helpful and I really appreciate them, and I'm excited for this next challenge and to see what you guys come up with. So this next challenge, I'm going to go ahead and say let's try to figure out ways to use chipboard in our layouts. It could be craft chipboard that you would alter, paint, color yourself. It could be chipboard that's left over from a particular collection that you've purchased that you have leftover pieces from. It could be alphabet chipboard, number chipboard. I don't really care what kind of chipboard it is, as long as it's made out of chipboard, it constitutes chipboard. So let's figure out ways to use chipboard in layouts. And let's try to think outside the boxes and not just like titles or things like that that you would normally use chipboard for. But let's think of out-of-the-box ideas where you could use lots of chipboard in your layout and use chipboard differently than you normally would. So send me comments and suggestions, make a video response, just post a video to your YouTube channel and leave us a comment here on my blog or my channel so we know where to go and watch your video, and let's see what we can come up with as far as using chipboard in our layouts. I'm not going to put a time parameter on this one. In fact, I probably won't from this point on. You add comments, add videos and suggestions as you are able to, as you're inspired, as you have the time. We're going to leave it open-ended so that at any time that you guys feel like participating, you can. I'll probably come back in a week or so and go ahead and show you guys my projects that I was able to use chipboard in, just so we can kind of keep the ball rolling and move on to other ideas. But you guys feel free at any time to keep adding comments or adding your own projects to the particular Stashbuster item that we're working with at the time that you watch the video. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do that next time. And then I also wanted to go ahead and announce the winner of my very first giveaway, Cat and Dog Woman. You are my winner. So if you could go ahead and send me a personal message, please, with your contact information, your mailing address and whatnot, that would be great. I can go ahead and get your prize out to you. And we will definitely do more of these giveaways in the future as I get more subscribers, as I feel like it. It's fun and exciting to enter giveaways, and it's also nice to get free stuff. So we'll definitely do more of these fun giveaways in the future. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I truly appreciate all the comments and suggestions. They've been awesome. I look forward to see what you guys come up with and ways that we can just inspire each other and give each other ideas to work with. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Happy crafting.